Welcome to the Quantity Receipts in BearBuy demo. This demo will go over the quantity receiving functionality in BearBuy. In this demo, you'll see how to create a quantity receipt, how to edit an existing quantity receipt, and how to delete an existing quantity receipt. Receipts are created to indicate what goods or services have been received. Receipts provide a way to measure what has actually been received versus what was ordered and what was billed by the supplier. There are two types of receipts that can be entered in BearBuy. Those are cost or amount receipts and quantity receipts. Cost receipts, also known as amount receipts, are used for purchase orders based on amount. So, purchase orders that liquidize by amount, mainly amount-only POs or blanket POs. Quantity receipts are used for purchase orders based on item quantity times the unit price. So, purchase orders that liquidize by quantity. Those are mainly goods, POs, and catalog type purchases. In this demo, we will go over quantity receipts only. So let's get started. So when you log into BearBuy, the system will automatically take you to the Home Shop page. Let's go ahead and create a quantity receipt. Currently, I'm logged in as just a shopper. In order to create a quantity receipt, we first need to navigate to Document Search. That way we could pull up the purchase order we want to receive against. So let's hover or click on the Orders and Documents menu option. Hover or click over Document Search and then select Search Documents. In the Document Search box, enter the PO number that you're creating a receipt for. In this example, I'm going to enter PO number BB009000572. Once you've entered the PO number, click Go. Your document search results will be populated. Click on the purchase order number. You'll be taken to the status page of the PO. To create a quantity receipt, simply navigate to the Available Actions drop-down and select Create Quantity Receipt. Once selected, click Go. The system will then create a receipt for you. Notice that the PO information has already been populated. So we're going to go ahead and fill in the header information first. First is the receipt name. It may be that your department has a specific naming convention for all your receipts. This is when we recommend users to contact their department and see if there's a specific naming convention their unit uses. In my case, my department states that I enter my initials, followed by the vendor name, and then the org node associated to this receipt. So I'm going to enter CSP for my initials, Apple for the vendor, and our org node. Notice that there is no receipt number. The receipt number will be generated once we complete this receipt. Next is the receipt date. This is the date on your receipt or invoice on hand. In my case, the receipt date is actually June 30th. So I'm going to go ahead and change the receipt date from July 26th to June 30th. Next is the packing slip number information section. In my case, I don't have one. If you don't have one either, you can go ahead and skip this section. Next, you're able to select the delivery method as well as enter any tracking information that you may have. If you don't have any, there's no need to fill it in. This is also the section where you'd attach any supporting documents. So if you have any documents you want to attach to this receipt, simply click on the Attach Link button, and here you'd select the files you want to attach. The next section that needs to be filled out is a receipt line section. So scroll down to go to that section. Here is where we're going to enter the quantity we've received. For this purchase order, we ordered 2 items, but so far have only received 1. So what we're going to do is remove the line that we have not received. So I received line 2, but I didn't receive any of the items from line 1. So I'm going to go ahead and just select Remove Line. Now when you scroll down, you only see that 1 item you received. We're also going to leave the line status as received. The other possible line status for this quantity receipt are returned and canceled. We would select returned if we're returning any items back to the supplier. We would select canceled if we're just canceling the entire order. But since we're simply receiving items, we're just going to leave receive selected. Once we've added all the information to this receipt, click on Save Updates. This receipt has successfully been saved and completed. The system generates a receipt number for the quantity receipt we just created. It also states the PO number associated to this receipt. Now let's go over editing and deleting a quantity receipt. Receipts in BearBuy can be edited or deleted if a PO has not been vouchered, or if a PO has been vouchered but the voucher status states in process. In either of these 2 cases, any completed quantity receipt can be reopened and edited or deleted. Receipts in BearBuy cannot be edited or deleted if a PO has been vouchered and the voucher status states paid. Completed receipts cannot be reopened in this case. You'll also see a message stating receipt cannot be reopened because receipt has an invoice that has completed workflow. So now let's actually reopen a quantity receipt, edit a field, and we're also going to go over how to delete a receipt if needed. So first we need to look up our existing receipt. We can look up a receipt 2 different ways. The first being through the document search tool. So you'll have to navigate through the Orders and Documents menu option, hover over Document Search, and then select Search Documents. There, we can enter our receipt number in the simple document search tool. Another way to look up a receipt is to select the Accounts Payable menu option, hover over Invoices and Receipts, and then select Search for Receipts. The only difference between searching through the Accounts Payable menu option and the Document Search menu option is that in the Accounts Payable menu option, you're only limited to pull up receipts. If you look for a receipt under the Document Search menu option, you are able to also pull up any documents associated to that receipt, so its respective purchase order. Through Accounts Payable, you're not able to do that. You're only limited to looking at just the receipt. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on Search for Receipts here and type in the receipt number I want to reopen through this page. So that brings up this Advanced Receipt Search. At the top, you could enter the receipt number, but if you forget what the exact receipt number is, if you scroll down, you have different filtering capabilities. So you could type in the associated PO number if that's all you have, and then select the receipt type, the matching status, receipt source, and so on. In this example, I already have my receipt number. So I'm going to go ahead and type in the receipt number that I have. In this example, my receipt number is 79518. Once you've entered the receipt number, just click Go. That pulls up the receipt search results. I just want to go ahead and jump straight into the receipt, so I'm going to click on the receipt number. We are now in the receipt. This receipt is available to be reopened. If this receipt were not, the system would have grayed out the Reopen Receipt button. Since it's not grayed out, let's go ahead and click on the Reopen Receipt button. The system will then ask us if we're sure if we want to reopen this receipt. Click OK. We are now asked to enter a reason why we are reopening this receipt. For this example, I need to open this receipt to correct the quantity received. I accidentally received the incorrect quantity. So I'm going to enter reopening receipt to correct quantity received. You're also able to select certain individuals to receive this email notification. In this example, I'm going to select Arvind, since I know he was also part of the receiving. Once you've selected your email recipients and entered your reason, click on Reopen Receipt. Now we're able to edit or delete this receipt. If we wanted to delete this receipt, all we'd have to do is click on this delete button. But since we're just editing the quantity we've entered on the quantity receipt, we're just going to scroll down to the receipt line section and adjust the quantity. So scroll down. So here we've received a quantity of 2, but in actuality we only received 1 item. So we're going to change the 2 and replace it with 1. Since the line status didn't change, we're going to leave it at received. Now we're done editing fields within this receipt. So go ahead and click on Save Updates. Once we've done that and we verify that all the fields we needed to edit are done, go ahead and click on Complete. This receipt has been saved and completed. The system displays a receipt number, which has not changed, and again states the PO associated to this receipt. That concludes the quantity receipts in BearBuy demo. You've just seen how to create a quantity receipt, how to edit an existing quantity receipt, and how to delete an existing quantity receipt. Thanks for watching.